Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Mathematical Room. So in our today's lecture we are going to start to find the solution of a right angle triangle, to find the length of the sides of the right angle triangle or any of the angle of the right angle triangle. So that is called the solution of a triangle or solution of a right angle triangle. So in our today's lecture we are going to learn that how can we find the any side of the right angle triangle or any angle of the right angle triangle by using the trigonometric ratios, as some of the angles or some of the sides are given and we have to use the trigonometric ratios to find the values of the angles or length of the sides of a right angle triangle. So solution of a triangle, that going to explain about the solution of a triangle, that as we know that there are three sides and three angles in a right angle triangle. So out of these six elements, if we know the three of them including at least one side, and then we can find the measures of the remaining elements. So finding the measures of the remaining elements is called the solution of a right angle triangle, or you can say the solution of a triangle. So now in this lecture we are going to learn that how can we find the solution of a right angle triangle by using the given elements and what the things they have given in the question and what we have to find. That we are going to take an example of this thing that is called the solution of a triangle. So here I have taken an example of the solution of a right angle triangle when measures of one side and one angle are given. So if we can see that if there is only one side and one angle is given, so how can we find the other sides or the other angles we can find of a right angle triangle? So let's start with an example that solve the triangle. That is an example that solve a right angle triangle ABC in which measure of angle B is equal to 90 degrees, measure of angle A is equals to 30 degree, and small a representing the side of a right angle triangle is equals to 2 centimeter. So as we know that all the right angle triangles have one angle is equals to 90 degree. So we are, and the other sides, if you other things or other elements, so if you see that given as measure of angle A is equal to 30 degree and side A is equal to 2 centimeter. So these are the two things when one side and one angle and one side is given. So how can we find the other sides or other angles of the right angle triangle? So one side is given as A is equals to 2 centimeter and the angle, one angle, measure of angle A is given as 30 degrees. So with the help of this statement we are going to draw a picture of a right angle triangle that can be drawn as a right angle triangle. So here I'm going to draw a right angle triangle. So the question, the name already has been given as triangle ABC. So I'm going to take the point A, B, and C like that of a right angle triangle. So this angle is, you know, that 90 degree, and the measure of angle A is given as 30 degrees. So this one is point A. So measure of angle A is given as 30 degrees. And the small a is equals to 2 centimeters. So the opposite side of the angle A we consider as a small a is equals to 2 centimeters. So as we know that in a right angle triangle, one side is perpendicular, one side is base, and the diagonal side is called hypotenuse. So now if you can see that angle A is 30 degrees and the side A, which is opposite that side of the angle A, is 2 centimeters. So these are the two things are given, and we have to solve the triangle to find the other sides and other angles of right angle triangle. So let's start. First of all, we will have to find the angle that these two angles are given. The angle B is already understood that it's a 90 degree angle. The other angle is 30 degree. And how can we find the angle C? By using the same formula that, if you remember, that all the angles of a right angle triangle or any triangle always equals to 180 degrees. So we can say that measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C always equals to 180 degrees. So now if you see that two angles are given, one is angle A is equal to 30 degrees and the other one is angle B is 90 degrees. So if we put the 30 degrees at the place of measure of angle A and measure of angle B is equals to 90 degrees, so we can find the measure of angle C is equals to 180 degrees. So if you add them two, that will become 120 degrees plus measure of angle C is equals to 180 degrees. So take this 120 from left hand side to the other hand side, right hand side. So that will become as measure of angle C is equals to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. So that will become 60 degrees. So measure of angle C is now has been found as 60 degrees. So we can say that this angle is equals to 60 degrees. So now all the three angles have been found. Now we are going to find the other two sides, the length of the other two sides of a right angle triangle. So for that purpose we are going to use the trigonometric ratios. That how can we find? Let's see. So we can say that if this side is A opposite to the angle A, so we can say that this side is equal to B opposite angle B. So hypotenuse is representing as B and the base is representing as small c. So these are the name given accordingly. So now if you can see that the two sides we have to find the base and the hypotenuse, and the opposite side is already given as 2 centimeter. So if you remember that we have learned about the three magical words. These are called SOH, so CAH, ka, and TOA, toa. So S for sine, O for opposite, H for hypotenuse. So sine will be equals to opposite over hypotenuse. CAH, ka, cos is equals to A for adjacent side, H for hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, and T for tangent is equals to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So if you can see that this side is called the opposite side, this side is adjacent side, and this side is hypotenuse. So now with the help of these three words, we are going to find the length of the hypotenuse and length of the adjacent side. So let's start. First of all, if you see that this side, opposite side, is given. So let's see the word, which word is suitable for the given conditions when we have to find the length of the hypotenuse and the length of the adjacent. So if you compare the first word SOH, which is equals to sine, is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So sine, if we are talking about the sine 30, then the opposite side is this one. A is given as 2 centimeter, and hypotenuse we have to find. So we can say that we use the word so, which is equals to sine theta sine theta. Sine theta means, what is the value of theta? Theta is representing 30 degrees over here, so sine 30 will be equals to opposite side. Opposite side is given as A divided by hypotenuse is given as B. So if you see, you can find the value of sine 30 from the table we have already done in our previous lectures, and the side length of the side is given A is equals to 2 centimeter. We can find the value of B. B is the hypotenuse. So now by putting the values, sine 30 degrees will be equals to 1 over 2. If you remember, then the value of A is 2 centimeter, so 2 divided by B. So we have to find the value of B. So by taking the cross multiplication, take the B from this side to another side. So then B will be equals to 2, take 2 from this side to this side. So you can write 2 multiplied by 2. So B will be equals to 2 2s are 4 centimeter. So we can say that the length of the hypotenuse is equals to 4 centimeter. So how we have found? By using the trigonometric ratio sine 30, which is equals to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So now we have found the value of the hypotenuse B is equals to 4 centimeter. the length of opposite already given as 2 centimeters. So now we have got the length of two sides, so we can find easily of the third side length of the third side. So for the third side, we can use any one of these two words, that cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent side is this one and hypotenuse this one. So if we take the cos 30, we can say that adjacent over hypotenuse, and if we say that if we take the tangent 30, which is equal to opposite over adjacent, so opposite over adjacent. So you can take any one of these, so you can get the same answer. So I'm going to show you with the both of them. So the solution, finding the length of the adjacent by using the both these two ratios, cos and tangent. So if we take the cos 30 will be equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is C over hypotenuse is B. So if you remember, the cos 30 was equals to under root 3 over 2. So we can say that the cos 30 equals to under root 3 over 2 equals to, we have to find the value of C, so C will become as it is, and the value of B we have found as 4. So these are the values we have got after putting in this on the place of cos 30 and at the place of B. So take the 4 from this side to the other side, because we have to find the value of C, so that can be written as 4 into under root 3 divided by 2 is equals to C. So this 2 will be cancelled this one. So 2 into under root 3 centimeter is equals to C. So that's the length of the C, means adjacent side. So we have found the length of the adjacent side with the help of trigonometric ratio cos 30. So I have told you that you can take cos 30 or you can take tangent 30 to find the length of the adjacent side. So it's up to you. You can take cos or you can take the tangent. So I'm going to solve with the both of these two ratios. So it's up to you. You can take any one of these. So R means you can solve, you can find the length of the adjacent side by using the cos 30 or the tangent 30. If we take the tangent 30, so tangent 30 will be equals to opposite side over adjacent side. So opposite side is A, opposite side is A, and the adjacent side is C. So now if you remember, the tangent 30 was equals to 1 over 3 under root is equals to A. What is the value of A? 2. So put the 2 at the place of A, and we have to find the value of C. So C will become as it is. So now just a simplification, take the C from this side to the other side, and this to under root 3 from left hand side to the other hand side or right hand side. So that 2 into 3 under root centimeter. So that's how we can find the value of C by using the tangent 30 trigonometric ratio. So if you see, these two answers are same. So it means you can take the cos 30 or the tangent 30 to find the length of the adjacent side. So that's how we can find the lengths of the sides of the right angle triangle by using the trigonometric ratios. That is called the solution of a triangle. The solution of the triangle, we have found the lengths of the sides and the angles of the right angle triangle. So that is called the solution of a triangle. So solution of a triangle, that I have already told you that we know that there are 3 angles and 3 sides of a triangle. So if we find all the lengths of all 3 sides and all the 3 angles, so that means we have found the solution of the triangle. So there are different kind of conditions that we will face in our coming lectures when some sides are given, sometimes hypotenuse given, sometimes opposite sides given, sometimes adjacent sides are given. So how can we find the lengths of the sides of a right angle triangle and the angles of a right angle triangle? So in our coming lecture, we will find with the help of trigonometric ratios, and that is called the solution of a triangle. So hopefully you will understand that how can we find the solution of a triangle. So inshallah, I will see you in my next lecture with some more important things about the right angle triangle. But don't forget to subscribe my channel. Inshallah, I will see you in my next lecture. तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए। खुदा हाफिज़।